What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So with it being a Monday, that brings together new goals and objectives for the week ahead. So in today's video I want to discuss what I'm doing this week in terms of investing. So in today's video I want to discuss my recent name change on the YouTube channel. I also want to talk about what I'm doing this week in terms of my 5 ARK Invest ETFs and also my own 30 company ETF that I've created. I'll look briefly at this week's trading 22 Hotlist. I want to talk about my plans about beginning to start swing trading on the side also, and one or two other things. So if you are interested in any of those, please stick around. And as always, if you're new around here, please consider subscribing to the channel, as we're just 22 subscribers away from our next goal of 600. And with all that being said, let's dive right into today's video. One of the main things I wanted to bring to this channel was transparency, and I feel that I'm doing so in terms of my trading 22 investing and how this channel is actually performing. And one thing I wanted to change was my actual name on my YouTube channel. So originally it was, you can see it still is on Instagram, Now and Ever Finance, which I'll change in a few days. But I've changed my overall channel name to my actual name, Brian Bullman, and I put investing afterwards. So going forward, the channel name is Brian Bullman Investing. Let's firstly start with my 5 ARK Invest ETF pies. At the start of this week, we can see that the ARK Innovation is up 14.8, the Autonomous Tech and Robotics is up 9.3, FinTech is up 5.8, Genomic Revolution is up 13.9, and the Next Generation Internet is currently up 8.5%. And I believe this is extraordinary growth considering that we only have these pies less than 2 or 3 working days. So I definitely don't expect these type of results every week, but it's definitely a promising start. So last night I went through each of the 5 ETFs for ARK Invest and I made some adjustments. I didn't really have to change any companies as such in terms of buying or selling new companies, as the majority were still in this top 25 list. All that I needed to change was the weightings per each of these companies, and when I have done so, it took about 45 minutes overall to actually go through each of the 5 ETFs and make the adjustments, which is kind of time consuming when you think about it. So I will discuss later on my plans going forward for these 5 ETFs as well. But all I've done last night again was adjust the weightings, and you can see that the rebalancing is in progress, which is definitely, like, it doesn't take that long to do. The rebalancing part is just simply clicking a button, but in terms of actually adjusting the weightings yourself can be time consuming, especially when there's 125 companies that you need to go through. There's one or two options I was thinking about last night after adjusting all of these pies. Firstly was to maybe reduce the numbers of companies per pie. Now in the overall actual ARK ETF pie, there's about 45 to 50 companies in each, but in my pie that I created, I kept 25 as I thought that would be a reasonable number to manage. However, one of my options maybe going forward, I leave it this week as I already have it adjusted, but maybe going forward next week, depending, I might firstly reduce the numbers of companies maybe to 20, 15 or 10. Again, all of this is just up in the air at the moment. I need to sit down and decide what the best plan of action is for this. That is one option. Another option would be to maybe pick the top 5 companies out of each of the 5 ARK ETF pies, which give me about 25 companies or so. And again, you can see that Tesla may be overlapping a few of those. So if that was the case, let's say in ARK Innovation, if you pick the top 5 here, and then went to Autonomous Tech and realized that we already had Tesla, then we just picked a 6th company. So that's definitely another option as well. I was also asked to put the link to the Pi library for sharing of these ETFs by a few of my subscribers in the comment section in a few of the videos. So I'll do this today. I created them on the Pi library now. So if you want to check those out, the links will be in the comment section below if you want to copy or even have a look at these pies. As you know, the main purpose of those 5 ARK ETF pies is to copy what ARK Invest are actually doing. So the majority of changes there would be the weightings change. But for my normal Brian Bullman Investing ETF with 30 holdings, I don't actually follow the weightings as such in this pie. What I do for this trading strategy is the dollar cost average when any opportunities arise. At the moment, we have €5,089 invested in this pie, and we're currently up 14.4% or €641. If you've seen any of my prior videos on this ETF, I usually only invest into companies again when their tolerance drops below 3% threshold. So if any of these companies go into the red, 2 or 3% or even more, then I usually have a cash reserve built up to invest in to help improve my dollar cost averaging, which will make all the difference in the long term. So if we just had a quick look through for this week, A lot of the companies are in the green and in the green quite a lot, so I won't be touching those for now. And patience is key in dollar cost averaging. So just briefly looking through some of the companies, Apple is up 16.7. We can see that Realty Income and 3M are both in the red. However, they're both in the red quite small amounts, so we're actually not going to invest further into these this week. We have Alphabet is up 20.9%. Pfizer's down 0.5%, we leave that. We then have companies like Caterpillar, which is up 28.5%. If we scroll down further, we have Walt Disney, which is up 39%. Tesla, which was my first ever company to go over 100% in terms of profit, is now up a substantial 121%, which is crazy to see. It's just a pity that we only had €166 invested. If we keep scrolling down the list, we can see that companies like ExxonMobil is up nearly 30%. Keep going down, a lot of these companies, as I said, are still in the green, so there's no opportunity at the moment to dollar cost average. AbbVie is up 22%. We then have another company that's currently in the red, P&G, but again, it's not even 1%, so we're not going to touch that. We then have the likes of the Vanguard S&P 500, which is up 12.4. JP Morgan is up 37. Bank of America, Chevron, Goldman Sachs and Vanguard are all up between 20 to 40%, again, which is very impressive in my opinion. So I'm not going to touch any of these companies this week in the Brian Woodman Investing ETF, as again, patience is key in this style investing in dollar cost averaging. So what I'll do in this scenario is build up a cash reserve this week to have when any of these companies do drop below the threshold. Having a quick look at the Trading 212 Hotlist now, in terms of the leaderboard going into this week, the top 5 companies, or even 6, are Tesla with over 160,000 users on Trading 212 invested in this company. We have Neo, Apple, Amazon, BP and iShares Global Clean Energy. In terms of top risers, the top 5 over the last 7 days again is Tesla, Neo, Cloud Commerce, Argo Blockchain and iShares Global Clean Energy. And then the top fallers, again a leaderboard that no one wants to be on, is Pfizer is top of the list. We then have Cineworld Group, Carvana, Take-Two and National Grid make up the top 5 fallers. Another style of trading that I've always been interested in was swing trading, and I really want to kind of start doing that as well down the line while keeping my other portfolio pies going as well. Now on Trading 212, there is actually a practice account you can use as well, and you can use any amount of money you wish, as it's all fake money. So I started off with 50,000, and as you can see we're currently up 30.5% or 15,500. It's just a pity that that money isn't real. But I invested in 3 companies. I had the 50,000 capital. Again, I don't have anywhere near that amount to invest in swing trading at the moment. But we can see that Neo, we had about 45,000 invested and are currently up 15,000 or 33%. We then McDonald's, which is up 2.5%, and Coca-Cola is down 3%. So if that was the case and this was real money, I would have dollar cost averaged here and bought more. But this is just something that I didn't really put too much thought into as such, as it's not real money. I just picked 3 companies that I thought would go up in value. So it's kind of good to see. It's probably beginner's luck as well, but it's up 30.5%. This week, again, I might practice a bit more with swing trading, and I might reset this practice account to 0 and start again with more realistic amounts of money. For example, let's say €5,000, and I'll see where we can get that €5,000 this week. But again, it's only practice money, but it is good practice. You should always practice before you actually invest your real capital. So swing trading might be something I might start down the line as well. So there you have it. That was just a brief update on my plans this week in terms of investing. We looked through the name change on my channel. We had a look through each of my 5 ARK ETFs and what I'm doing this week in terms of rebalancing and adjusting, and also the fact that they are now on the pie library, which are in the comment section below. We had looked through my normal 30 company blue chip ETF. We discussed this week's Trading 212 Hotlist, and we also had a look into my ideas of starting to swing trade. Thanks very much guys. If you found this video anyway helpful or interesting, it would be brilliant if you consider liking the video, and again, if you're new around here, it would be brilliant if you consider subscribing to the channel, as we're currently on 578 subscribers, and comment below, more importantly, in terms of what your investment plans are for this week. Thanks very much guys, and I will see you all in the next video.